If demo trading made you feel capable and live trading suddenly made you feel small, then this one is for you. A lot of traders stay unprofitable on live not because they're bad with their strategies, but because they demo train their mind in a way that nobody warned them about. See, by default, most paper trading accounts are too unrealistic. And when I say unrealistic demo trading, this is exactly what I mean. Having an oversized uh, demo balance, like how trading you gives you a default balance of 100K dollars, then excessive leverage, ignoring your spreads and your commission. This one comes later on, but you can still add it. Ignoring your taxes. Basically, trading with a default setting and pretending none of it matters. But guess what? It does. Yeah, it does. When you are demoing with an account balance that you're not actually going to fund as a beginner, say 100K dollars or 200K dollars or 500K dollars, you'll start seeing results somewhere in 2K, 5K, or let's just say 10K. And yes, I know that you know that this is paper money, right? Well, actually, I know that your conscious brain knows that this is paper money. But when you close that trade and look at the number, your subconscious does not care. It starts fantasizing like, what could I get if this money was real? And let's not forget, guys, these 5Ks, they are coming from a single trade on your demo. And that's where the problem starts. When you make these kind of profits, these bigger profits, in that moment, that mental rush is so high. I mean, obviously, it's going to be because this is something you made out of your own strategy. It's a natural response. But your subconscious, as I said, does not understand what paper money means. It only understands repetitions, emotions, and rewards. So when they keep getting bigger, you start to learn that I'll just write it down. Big balance makes money fast. Big money multiplies easily. And huge profits expand quickly. Now we know that this is true. Yes, all of it is true. But just because you learned this fact way too early, before even experiencing the real market, the real stuff, it connected you. It connected you to the mindset of trading makes you rich quick. See how this small mistake took you to the gray side of trading. The small thing happens with that crazy ass leverage. It gives you returns that you never imagined that you could get in a single trade. You know, you will not be trading with a leverage of 1 is to 500 or 1 is to 1000 initially. You'll somewhere be trading with 1 is to 30 or 1 is to 50. So why are you even training your subconscious on these bigger returns? Because slowly this imbalance between your conscious and your subconscious, it'll start to become your new normal. And then live trading starts. Then live trading starts. Now you're using real money, either as your own or as a funded account, and naturally you'll start small. And even with your best strategy, the profits are going to look small because you have invested a small capital, right? Which is a good move, by the way. But again, your conscious knows that this is real money, but your subconscious, it does not understand. It does not understand what real money means. It is still looking for those bigger profits, those bigger returns that it used to get back on your demo. And when it cannot find those kind of bigger returns that it used to get in a single trade, it does not releases you those happy hormones. That is exactly why even when you make profits in real life, you feel like something is missing. On your demo, you were making 5Ks and you were thinking, man, I'll finally be able to move out. And on your live, you are making $5 and you're like, just $5? Subconsciously, this light trading, it'll start to feel slow and not worth it. You know, you should be celebrating these small wins. You should be celebrating these small profits. But that gets blocked just because you never celebrated them on your demo in first place. You never learned how to celebrate your small wins. That's why even if this profit is real, your body does not like going from 5Ks to $5 suddenly. Now you tell me, do you think the questions you ask yourself, like, am I doing something wrong? Should I take more trades? Should I change my strategy? Do you think this is a technical fault? Do you think that there is something wrong with your strategy here? No, these are just your unrealistic expectations. And very important, when I say unrealistic expectations, it does not mean that these 100Ks they are too much. This is the world of finance. No money is too much. No freaking money is too much. It's just too soon for you to be investing 100Ks as your first capital and too soon for you to be expecting bigger returns out of it. Know the difference, guys. Don't you dare limit your long term mindset. We are just talking about the baby steps, the initial steps. Coming back to the main topic, we are just talking about the standards you have trained your subconscious on. See, the gap between your fantasy performance, I'll just write this down again. And your real performance is the drum roll performance exciting. Minute sink in. The gap between your fantasy performance, that's your demo, and your real performance, that's your life. The gap between these two creates performance anxiety, and that anxiety forces you into chasing emotional highs because your subconscious is no longer satisfied with just $5. Somewhere inside, it still want those 5K per trades, and that unhappiness, it doesn't just stays there. It forces your conscious into taking actions like almost setups, over trading, greedy exits. For example, like, oh, I see a hammer candle here. Let me just take a trade out of it. It'll give me huge profits, and then I will be happy. But in that rush, you did not notice that hammer candle might just took small internal liquidity, which is not enough for a real trend shift. And you know the interesting part? You know what's the interesting part here? Your logical side of the brain knows that. It's just the emotional part of you that got triggered. And in this case, it got triggered because your subconscious connected small profits with not worth it trades. You made that. You made sure of that. Is it making sense? Is any of it making sense? I am trying to hit this topic from every angle that's possible so that there is something that clicks for you. And I know that you need to hear this, that there might not be something wrong with your strategy. It's just the imbalance that's affecting where your attention lives. Demo trading is there for you to see how you execute your strategy. But no, some of you get so hooked on these flashy numbers, you want to take screenshots, you want to flex about them, you want to look cool. So instead of asking, did I execute it right? You start asking, how much did I make? And when this same habit it moves into live trading, your attention leaves the market behavior and it sits on your PNL. And the moment your attention leaves your chart, your execution quality drops automatically. So again, to satisfy your PNL, you start bending your rules, taking rusty trades. What do you think that'll give you? Come on, take a guess. Obvious losses. Now you need to put that blame on someone. So who do you target? That innocent little strategy. Even though nothing about the strategy might have actually changed. But don't worry guys, we can fix it. Hey, we may not be able to fix your situationship, but we can fix your demo. And I think you already know what I'm talking about. All you need to do is make your demo account look as real as possible. So the only difference left is the only difference left when you go live is the nature of money. And yes, it's gonna reduce a lot of your performance anxiety. Like for this trading view, you can just go to your account settings and reset your account balance. Fix your account balance to something that feels real to you, something that you're actually going to fund. And hey, even if it's small, there's no need to be shy about it, huh? Fix your leverage too. Keep it low to whatever your broker will allow you. Guys, lower leverage is way better than the higher one because it'll protect you from your false confidence. And these small profits, they'll teach you what a demo should be teaching you, that technically it takes time to build real money. And psychologically, it's going to train you on your patience, your discipline, and your expectations. Also, use your use your broker's demo too for a few days or like a week before you go live to understand their spreads, their commissions, and their execution, like what kind of platforms they use, and you know. And lastly, to avoid any kind of surprises, have a rough knowledge about your net profits, so you know that exactly what you would be giving up from your profits after taxes like capital gain tax, whatever your country charges, or your broker fees, or your bank charges, like those currency conversion fees. The point is, make in your head, make your demo account exactly same as your that live account. As I said, if your demo excites you with something false as a beginner, it is improving nothing in you. You can flex all you want. You can flex all you want with these big demo profits, but it is improving nothing in you. The purpose of demo is not to excite you, but it's to train you correctly for the real deal. And with these settings, the profits are going to look small and you will not be getting those crazy ass reward spikes. But your real performance will improve, your performance anxiety will reduce, and your execution and your focus will shift to execution. And remember this, guys, you are not going to stay with a small account forever, right? It's just how I believe that how you should be starting. So, whatever you start with, let it reduce your stress and not increase it. I'll be posting this one around New Year, so Happy New Year, kids. And I just want to say that desiring more is not wrong. Just don't forget how to celebrate your small wins along the way because they are the goals too, right? And they should make you happy too. Yeah, we are done for today. And till we meet next time, he's just signing up. It's kind of like a respect from my side.